button yet. And hopefully you can hear me pretty good in the background. It's got acoustic effects in here. So hopefully you can hear me pretty well, pretty good. There is an acoustics back in the background. So right now, this is like I'm in the game room. So let me know if you can hear me pretty good. Let me know if I'm coming through good. And I want to thank everyone for watching my live. Now, I don't know if anyone's on yet, but I want you to know this is an active live, so I don't want you to just come on and take a quick look and nothing's happening. So, let me know if you're on. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to the live, welcome to the live, welcome to the live. YouTube family. All right, so no one's on. I will be popping back on later on today. I was hoping to catch a few people. All right, welcome to my live presentation. Welcome to my live YouTube. Hopefully you can hear me. There's a bit of an acoustics effect here in the game room, but I wanted to come in the game room. It's a bit more isolated from every other place. So hopefully you can hear me. Welcome to my live. My name is Kenneth. They call me Coach. And today I'm going to be talking about the first steps, the very first steps to getting healthy and fit. So I like showing receipts also. So I know we're in Florida, first of all. I live in Florida. A couple of different businesses, and my business is based on health and wellness and fitness. We work with medical doctors, we work with people, registered nurses. We work with people in different parts of the country. So let me just jump right into it right quick. Let's talk about the very first steps to getting healthy and fit. Most people think, well, that's the gym. You start going to the gym, start working out. But it's not working out. That's not the first step. It's not your diet either. Your diet is also not the very first place to start. Even though that's one of the first places to start. But the first place to start, whenever you want to start something new pertaining to your health and your wellness, you want to start with a cleanse and a detox. That's the very first place you want to start. Right? So it's not just going to the gym working out. It's not just changing your diet, even though all those things are important. The most important thing to do is to always start doing a cleanse and a detox. That's the first thing you want to do, right? So we're gonna talk about that. Before I get started, I like showing receipts, right? I like showing receipts. First of all, I've been featured in 6 magazines, 1 national black men's magazine. I've been featured in 5 other magazines across the country. I've been featured on cable television as a home fitness expert. I've been on a business called Tag Team Unlimited Enterprises, LLC in Florida. We've been on several podcasts. We work with people all across the country, United States. But let me show you the very first receipt. All right, so I like showing receipts. This is the very first magazine I was ever featured in. It's called Black Men's Magazine. This is a national men's magazine. Melissa Ford's on the front cover. And inside, I had a full 2-page cover, centerfold, ab trainer Kenneth Johnson. So the reason why they put me in the magazine, because I had very nice abs. Now, people say, wow, Kenneth, how'd you get your abs? Well, the abs that I created for myself wasn't the typical way that people do get abs, right? I never did any of that stuff. You would believe that in order to have abs, right? In order to have abs, you have to do ab exercises, right? You crunches, sit-ups, planks, ab machines. You would think that that's the typical way to get abs. Well, I never did any of that. If I did, it was very, 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 very minuscule. Wasn't something I would typically do. So what I did to get my abs, I did squats. I did heavy behind squats, right? Squats. When I say heavy squats, I did 405-pound squats for 100 reps. 100 times I would do squats. 10 sets at a time, 10 reps at a time, until I got to 100. When I got to 100, then at that point, when I got to 100, at that point, I would take 3 to 4 days off, allow my legs to recover, right? So I did squats to develop my abs, and that's what got me into this National Black Men's Magazine, right? So crunches are great, planks are great, but that's not the only way to get abs. As a matter of fact, you will not even have abs, you have a lot of body fat. You have a lot of body fat on your stomach, on your body period, you will not get any abs, nothing cosmetic. So again, the way that I got my abs was by doing heavy behind squats at least once a week. And I blasted all the fat off my body. So I'm 58 plus years young. I've been doing this since I was 8 years young. It's a lifestyle for me. So let's talk about cleansing and detox. Now the cleansing and detox, it's called 7-day Rapid Detox. Now this is what I use religiously. And it's different from any other detox. It's called 7-day Rapid Detox, right? You only drink half the bottle. I drink half of this bottle only at nighttime. That's it. I don't drink it twice a day. I don't drink it 3 times a day like a lot of other herbal detoxes. I drink half the bottle only at nighttime, right before I go to bed. I don't drink it a couple hours before I go to bed. I drink it right before I go to bed. So while I'm sleeping, it's working. It's cleansing my system. I wake up, I go to the bathroom, I get a deep cleanse. Now, what are the benefits of this? If you're going to the gym and you're working out, it pulls water off of the body. And that's very important to people who are bodybuilders, people who are trainers, right? People just want to look better, look tighter. It pulls the water off of the body. So that's the benefit of doing a liquid herbal detox. And that's why I do the detox. Because I train 3 days, 4 days a week. And this helps pull the water off of my body. But at the same time, it's cleansing my system, getting rid of all that intestinal sludge, so I'm healthier and I'm better. I have more energy, more vibrancy. And 58 plus years young, you want to feel healthy, you want to feel vibrant. You want to do all the things you can do to live healthier, to live better. So that's why I use this. My wife uses it, and my son, who's 17, uses it as well. See, so the first thing you want to do, now here's the importance of cleansing and detoxing. If you're not cleansing your system, and you're going to the gym, working out 3 days a week, 5 days a week, all that's great, but you're putting new stuff into an old system. You're putting new stuff into an old body. And it's not going to optimize your results. You're not going to do very well. You get some results, but it's kind of like you got a kitchen sink and the pipe is clogged up with all this grease and oil, right? You've been pouring oil down the pipes all this time, so now the water doesn't go down as quickly as it should. So what the tea does, it gets rid of all that sludge. What a cleanse and a detox does, it gets rid of all that caked up stuff. That slows down the body's ability to optimize the nutrients that you're giving it. That's why it's important to do a cleanse first. See, you always do a cleanse first. First a cleanse, detox, then change your diet. Then after diet, then make sure you're drinking enough water, enough liquids, and then you hit the gym. So the gym is like the 4th step to everything that you do, right? The gym is what's going to build the body, reshape the body, help you look better in and out of your clothes. But before you get to that point, you want to first cleanse your colon, cleanse your intestine, right? Get rid of all that sludge out of your intestines. After you cleanse your colon, cleanse your intestines, change your diet. Because now you're putting in new foods that are rich with oxygen, rich with water, hydration, and nutrients that the body needs because you're building a brand new body. Once you do that, guess what? Then you go to the gym. Let me step back. Make sure you're hydrating enough, right? Make sure you're drinking the proper amount of water. If you're going to be going to the gym 3 days, 5 days a week, typically you want to drink like half your body weight in ounces of water, right? But the goal, as far as when it comes to cleansing and detoxification, you want to drink at least 96 ounces to 112 ounces of water. That's no less than 96 ounces, no more than 112 ounces when you're going through a cleanse and a detox. Now, if you're going to the gym and you're working out, of course you want to drink more water because you're losing a lot of fluids in the process. Whether you're doing cardio, you're running, you're jogging, or you're doing lifting weights, whatever the case is, you're losing a lot of electrolytes and you're losing a lot of water. So you want to replace that, especially if you're doing a cleanse. Right? But family, you want to start with a cleanse. I wrote an article for a magazine several years ago, about 7 steps to getting fit. Right? So there's 7 steps to get fit. If you want to build muscle, or if you're an older person, then what's important to you is mobility. Right? It's not about looking good cosmetically. Even though looking cosmetically is important, well, it looks good, but it's more about mobility. Being able to move your body and live life on your own terms. That's what it's all about. See, when you're in your 20s or your 30s, baby, it's about looking good, right? You showing off. You standing in front of the mirror, yeah, I'm looking pretty good, right? You want to look good, right? In that mirror. But as you get in your 30s, your 40s, your 50s, your 60s, maybe even your 70s, now it's about mobility. You don't want to be all broken up, can hardly move, got a cane stick or a walker or assisted living because you've neglected your body for many years. So it's about mobility, because doing exercises that allow you to just participate in your own life, right? So when I'm 58 plus years young, I take no medication. I have no stiff, achy joints. I have no high blood pressure problem, no pre-diabetic, no diabetes. Do not get sick. And the reason why I do that, because I commit my lifestyle to a healthy lifestyle. I train, exercise. Even when I don't feel like doing it, I get up and move anyway, because I know the importance of it. What you put off today, you're going to feel tomorrow. What you put off today, you're going to pay the piper sooner or later. And oftentimes, oh man, I should have took better care of myself. Dad, right? Now you're going back and forth to the doctor, popping medication, right? I know there's a lot of people in the world today, when they woke up this morning, they woke up to pain. They woke up to reaching for medication. They woke up with injecting insulin. They woke up not feeling so good. They woke up with swollen feet, swollen ankles, right? And for them, that's normal. And then sometime during the day, it gets a little bit better. They feel a little bit better, but then nighttime falls. And guess what? It starts all over again. Now they got to take some more medication, maybe some painkillers, maybe some more insulin. And then they have disrupted sleep. They get maybe 2 or 3 hours of sleep. Wake up, go to the bathroom, urinating a lot. And that's the normal lifestyle. But for many of those people, that can be prevented, or it can be improved upon. But there's things that have got to be done. See, being in the industry that I've been a part of, man, pretty much for almost 3 decades, probably longer than that, I've seen a lot of people, older people, younger people, personal trainers, bodybuilders, who are paying the price for trying to shortcut stuff or getting the wrong information. What do I mean by wrong information? Well, growing up, I was told that I had to have a lot of meat to get a lot of muscle. That was the belief system. If you were a bodybuilder, a personal trainer, you were taught this stuff. You got to have a lot of meat, got to have a lot of protein to get muscle, right? They look a certain way. Well, and that myth is still valid to a lot of people today, but it's not the truth, right? I oftentimes ask people, okay, where does protein come from? And the first response they give, well, protein comes from like meat, beef, you get some protein from eggs, and they really believe that that's where protein comes from. But the shocker is this: all protein comes from plants. All protein comes from plants. The protein that the cows have in their muscles, they get their protein from plants. Protein, plant protein, is what rules the world. Every living organism that uses protein on the planet gets the protein from plants in some form or some fashion. So when I realized that, and I've been plant-based for the last 14 years of my life, right? 58 plus years young, I have no protein deficits in my body, right? I have a lot of muscle, right? No protein deficits. I'm stronger than what I've ever been before. And I eliminated all the meats, which was causing me problems. See, I didn't realize that it was the foods that I was eating that was messing my body up. I grew up on a farm in South Carolina. My family moved from New York when I was 2, lived on a farm, so I know all about the beef, the cows, the chickens, the goats, the eggs, the deer, the rabbit, the turtle, the possum, all that stuff, right? I grew up around that in an all totally organic environment, totally organic. We had fruit trees, we had peach trees, apple trees, plum trees, pecan trees, black walnut trees, hickory nut trees, fig trees, pear trees, all types of stuff, right? You just wait for the season to roll around. Have blackberries, all that stuff, right? Wait for the season to come around. You go outside and pick it off the vine or pick it off the tree and you just eat it. So I grew up on this stuff, never realizing that the foods that I was eating was causing hay fever, causing food allergies. Later on, started causing aches and pains in my joints. All that stuff started to happen, right? So I grew up with that same belief system. But years later, skipping ahead, I now understand that before I start any workout regimen, any transition in my life, you want to always cleanse your colon. You got to cleanse the colon. You got to cleanse the colon, family. You got to do a cleanse and a detox. Because we got 4 seasons, right? We got spring, summer, winter, and fall. As the seasons change, the foods that you're eating change also. It just makes sense to do a cleanse to reset your body for new foods every single season. So that's why I personally do this. Right? It's called the 7-Day Rapid Detox. We created this about 11, almost 12 years ago. Over 12 years ago, we started this is my business called Tag Team Unlimited Enterprises. This is the 7-Day Rapid Detox. Now, people want fast. They want something fast. They want microwave speed. So what I do on a nightly basis, for 7 days, I drink half the bottle. Right? Half the bottle. 8 ounces. This one bottle lasts for 2 days. So I don't just turn it up and drink this. I drink half a bottle only at nighttime. Right? So only at nighttime. So at nighttime, before I go to bed, I drink half the bottle. So while I'm sleeping, it does what it does. Right? So the results for a lot of people, if people want to drop weight, they drop 10 to 12 pounds in 7 days. Now, on day number 7, you follow a all-fruit meal plan for 1 day. And that caps off the 7-Day Rapid Detox. So if people want to drop 20, 30, 40 pounds or more, they'll do 6 of these bottles, because one bottle lasts for 2 days. Right? So let me give this to you right quick. So this is a plan, part of a program. 3 bottles last for 6 days. 1 bottle lasts for 2 days. You drink half the bottle, only at night, every single night. So for example, tonight I'll drink half of this. The following night, I drink the rest of it. So this is a 6-day supply, and it's part of a 7-day rapid detox. When I say rapid, that means fast. On day number 7, it's just all fruit. That's it. All fruit. Blood pressure becomes more stabilized. Blood sugar becomes regulated. Constipation, right now you're becoming more regular in the bathroom. Chronic aches and pains start to diminish. A lot of things start to change. You have a lot of mucus inside the body. You start to have a lot more mucus come out in your bowels. You might be spitting up mucus. Has a lot of issues. You got chronic aches and pains. You have headaches, migraines. Then the migraines will start to diminish because it helps eliminate all that intestinal sludge inside the body. So that's what I use. And again, for those just tuning in, just hopping on, this is the very first magazine I was ever featured in, called Black Man's Magazine. Melissa Forbes on the front cover, and inside, training is Kenneth Johnson, right? So I specialize in showing people how to get a powerful body, period, powerful abs, right? Very first magazine I was ever featured in. So abs are not just gotten by ab exercises. When you do squats, heavy behind squats, in a particular fashion, you blast the body fat from off the entire body, and you start to realize you see abs. You have more cosmetic impact by training your legs. See, the life of the human being is in the legs. Now, does anyone have any questions so far about anything I shared? Any questions? Links and Prime, what's up? Thanks for the message. Pebble TV, what's up? Anyone have any questions so far? And there is an acousticness effect. I'm in the game room, so you can hear the acoustics in the background. Anyone have any questions? Any questions about anything I shared so far? Now, make sure to follow my page for tips. Every day I drop a tip on my page. Every day I drop some type of exercise tip on the page to help you get stronger, get healthier, and do something different. Add more flavor, more pizzazz to your workout. So does anyone have any questions? All right. So family, that's about it. I'm about to wrap it up. I just wanted to hop on right quick. It's almost 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time here in Florida. Check out the description for the details about the detox I spoke about. Click the link in the description, and it'll take you to the website. Read the information. Now, this might not be for you, and that's okay. It's not for you, but it might be for somebody you know, your grandmother, your grandfather, your mother, your father, your sister. It might be for somebody else. But just share the information with them. If they've been struggling with a health issue, they've been struggling with constipation, digestive issues, share this with them. This might be something that they can use. So for everybody else, I want to thank you for watching. Thank you for following my page. I definitely appreciate it. And with that said, I'm going to hop off, but make sure to plug in, subscribe to my page, share my videos, share the shorts. It's going to help you win. All right, everybody. Y'all have a blessed day. Keep winning.